Okay, so I've had several people reaching out to me about my Knot Parenting Mentorship, and I figured it was worth popping on and making a little video just to give people out there, you might have questions too. So if you do, reach out. I'm happy to chat, but maybe through this, I'll be able to answer some of what has been stirring for people. Because here's the thing, this is going to be an outstanding situation for the next 6 weeks. You're going to get really solid, deep information around parenting, and you're going to get mentorship. You're going to get me helping you settle. You're going to get me giving you some perspective that you can't always gain when you're really in it with your people. You're going to get tools that you can practice right away. And the more you're practicing, the more you're just going to get it, the more it's going to start to click in, and the more you're going to feel confident. And you're also going to get me. You're going to get me answering or working through some of your sticky situations with you. And here's the good news, because we're doing it in a group, a small group, you're going to not only get your sticky situations untangled, and I'm going to walk you through that step by step, but you're going to hear me do it with others. So the good news about that is it may not be your particular circumstance that you're dealing with. And in hearing me help that other person, you're going to have enough perspective to step back and really take it in very differently than if it were your issue. So that's one. And then two is there's ways that I'm going to do that over and over and over again that are going to start getting in your way of thinking. So you're going to be hearing me coaching you, coaching other people. And as I do that week after week for 6 weeks, it's going to just start to become how you operate. And that's what I love about doing it in a group. So, you can pay for one-on-one coaching with me or somebody else, and that's fantastic. But what's so valuable about a cohort, about a group of people that you're working with, is that you're able to start, using the tools and practicing on a team. You're in a little group situation, and you're hearing me say things that may not be relevant to you in this moment, but you might tuck them away, or you might realize, oh, that's what I need to use for this other relationship I have. Or maybe next month something comes up with your growing person and you're like, oh, right, Carrie talked about that. That was such a good one. Here, I'm going to use it. I'm going to play with that. So that's some of what's going on here. The way it's going to work is you sign up, doesn't matter what age your people are. If they're 2 to 9 or 10, you're going to sign on for my Parenting Essentials course. And that's a 12 module course that really addresses more of what goes on in, toddlerhood, preschoolhood, childhood, and early tweenhood. And from 11 to 12 noon Eastern time, there'll be a 1-hour class each Wednesday for the next 6 Wednesdays, where I am focusing on the questions and the challenges for people with kids in the younger years. And then if you have an older child, if you have somebody who's a later tween, 12-ish, depends on the human. But if you have somebody in that age range to about 18, then you're going to get my On Teenhood course. And then you're going to really get your coaching in that 12 to 1 o'clock hour Eastern time. So you're only really on the hook for 1 hour. If you want to come to both, great. You're going to get plenty out of it. But what I wanted to do was really make it practical for the issues that are really more alive in the under teen and over teen groups. So that's what's going on. It's going to be amazing. I am over the moon excited. I really feel like I'm like bursting with all of this good stuff that I started playing with in my head when I started the podcast, and now it's like alive. And I want people to play with who have real life scenarios going on, so we can start using the tools and building the skills and practicing the practices that are going to shift how things happen in your family life. So come with me. Sign up now. Let's go.